Here am I again, folding some clothes over and over and over again. Um, I had like multiple. Okay, wait. Sorry for the noise. Yeah, I think it's better. I had like multiple ideas of subject to talk about, but I think the one that I want to talk about right now is be careful about be careful of how you talk about people in your head, because I've already seen the subject a lot of like be careful of how you talk about yourself in your head and how you talk to yourself, and like you have to be gentle with yourself and everything, and that's totally right. Oh wow. But also let's be careful of how we talk about people in our head, because that's also shaping the way we interact with the world, the way we interact with people and everything. Because okay, it all started, and I always when I talk I always say we like how we do that, how we do that, no, 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 no. But it's mostly me and my experience. Okay, so let me tell you how these thoughts came. I was in Toronto this weekend, and I walked like past someone, and that person was very well built, like muscles, chest, and I'm weak for like a man with big chest. But anyway, that's not the subject. Yeah, like muscles, everything. Not like very very dry, but like beefy, but like with muscles. Like anyway, if you get the picture, you get it. If you don't, then imagine someone hot that you found hot. I walked past this person, and like we all have our lack of confidence. Sometimes we all have like our complexity. So the first thought that came in my mind when like before thinking was, oh, he's so lucky to have this body. Like, oh, I wish I had this body. Or like, why I don't have this body. Like, the first thing without thinking. That's what came in my head. It was like, he's so lucky. I want to be like him. No, 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 no. Then I was like, wait, he might have worked for it. Like, I doubt that he was born like this. I doubt that a lot. So yeah, like he worked for it, most likely, and even let's say he did like how do we say steroids or like medicine to help him grow muscles or whatever. For me, it's still working for it, because you have to work for the money to get it. You have to work on your relation with the world to be comfortable to do it. Like, it's still a choice. It's still a choice. It's still like commitment. It's still a lot of things. So I was like, why am I jealous of something that I'm not even trying to have right now? Like, if you ask me, do I want this body? Yes, of course. If like I had a lamp that I can like, and then a genius came, and then he's like, you have three wishes. Yeah, most likely, like I'd be, oh, okay, not most likely, but there's a chance that I'm gonna be like, yes, I want that body, boom, and then like, boom. But that's not the case. That's not the reality. The reality. So yeah, like, why am I jealous of something if I'm not working for it? If I'm not trying to get it? If I'm not putting all the efforts to get it? So, and like I said, that happened in Toronto, but that happened a lot of time in my life. It's just that at that time it clicked in my head that like it wasn't very fair to think that of that person, because it's reductive for that person, and it's reductive for me also, because it's kind of putting me in a box of like I cannot have that, and it's not the case. And it's putting them in the box of, oh, they had that easily, or they had that automatically, or whatever. So it's fair for none of us. So I started to think, what would be the best formulation? Is it still? Yeah. What would be the best formulation to like exteriorize or like crystallize my thoughts about this person? And I think that when you admire someone in the street or like at work, in your life, in your house, in your family, whatever, whatever, the best thing to say, for me, if you have like other ideas, drop in the comments. I know that. Anyway, like for me, the best thing to say would be the efforts of that person paid off, and I'm happy for this person, and this person deserves it. Yes, there will be moments where you would think that, and that person actually didn't deserve it, but that's not your job to try to sort if they deserved it or no. Just like go from the go from the basis of they deserved it at some point because they have it. You know, they deserved it. They put efforts. They put like what needed to be put to have it. They went in the gym few times in a week, in the morning, in the night. It doesn't matter. Like they went and they did their thing, and it paid off. Am I going to the gym? No. So why am I frustrated about not having that body? And don't get me wrong. Hold on. I love my body. I find myself sexy. I find myself beautiful. Let's start there. You know, it's not a problem of like me not loving myself. It's just that, yeah, like if you give me the choice, I would have big arms, big chest, big neck, big shoulders. I don't mind about abs. I already have big legs, so most likely like only that. If I had the choice, if I could make it happen like that. But I'm too lazy to go to the gym, or like I didn't find the motivation yet, or like it doesn't interest me enough for me to put the efforts, and that's okay. That's okay, but there's no reason for me to feel frustrated if like I don't put the efforts. If like I was going to the gym for like 2 years every day and like sweating my life trying to grow those muscles and it didn't work, then okay, maybe I could be frustrated. And I think that even after like 3 months, you should like just check a specialist about why it's not working. But in that case, like I'm not going to the gym. I'm swimming from time to time, but even when I swim, it's like 30 minutes. I run, I do bike, yeah, like I do sports, but I'm not pushing weight day and night to grow muscles. So there's no reason for me to have big muscles. And there's no reason for me to be frustrated about not having big muscles. And that works for almost everything. I prefer to talk about myself, like when I say things like that. So I'm gonna take another example of myself. That actually didn't happen, but I like, sorry, I started to, I started like 1 year ago, 1.5 years ago to DJ, like a bit seriously, like more seriously than before. And of course, I don't have the level of someone that has like 10 years of experience. That's normal. Why would I be frustrated? This person made their progress. This person like worked hard to. There's nothing that comes like that. Most of the things in life take efforts, and I feel like this frustration of you know, seeing something and wanting it right now, but like you have to work for it. It's stopping a lot of people to reach that thing that they want to like accomplish their potential. And by the way, like another video that I'm gonna do one day is gonna be called I have no doubt about my potential. I just choose to release it or no. But like that's another subject. Um yeah. So yeah, be careful about how you talk about people in your head. Those people maybe don't deserve to be treated like that, even just in your head. Like, yes, it can be funny, you know, like, and don't get me wrong, I love some drama in my head, but it's just for fun and it's not based on anything, you know, like, if someone would take a little much time in front of me at the cashier or something like that, yeah, I would be like, you know, saying dumb things in my head, like being dramatic, but like, this is me joking. But and still you have to be careful of that, but sometimes, you know, it's very serious. You're like, oh, you know, I hate this person for having the life I want. Maybe this person, yes, like was born with everything you wanted, maybe, but maybe not. So just like don't assume that it was easy for them because it's difficult for you, or because you didn't even try. I don't know. Also, another example of that, but that doesn't like. Okay, it's kind of related, but not really much. I was in the bus to go to Toronto last time, like 2 days ago, and in front of me there was this couple of like old people, and the woman, it was a man and a woman, by the way. I mean, like they seemed like a man and a woman, and the woman was very annoying. Like she was talking loud, she was like saying nonsense, but I didn't clock the nonsense immediately. I was just like, oh my god, she's annoying. You know, she was like asking her husband or like partner or whatever, whoever she was traveling with, you know, things about like, you know, the bus was passing and like she would see a sign, an advertisement sign, and she would ask question about it or whatever. And it was very annoying. She was like right in front of me. And at some point I overheard her saying things like, the person in the seat behind me, no, 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 no. Like I wasn't sure, but like I overheard something like that. And you know what? Okay, and it was annoying, but also I wasn't that much annoyed. I was just like, oh my god, this woman is annoying. But I had my headphones. I was like just living my life, just vibing. But at some point we were like passing by a full landscape of only grass. Like no building, nothing, only grass. And you know what? We passed by this area and she's just like tapping the shoulder of her husband, let's say, and she's like, look, 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 there's an Afro-Caribbean festival going on right here. I see the singers, I see the dancers. And I was waiting for the reaction of her husband, and he was just like, oh yeah, that's amazing, sweetie. Then I realized that woman wasn't annoying. That woman was sick. Like I don't know if it's amnesia or like Alzheimer. Yeah, sorry, Alzheimer I meant, or any disease that I don't know. But that was actually a sick woman just taking the bus, and she had no choice other than be like that. And you know, we always say, oh, don't judge someone like by what you see because you don't know what they're going through. No, 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 no. And yeah, totally, I agree with that. But sometimes we still do. So just be careful about all of those things. I feel like we say we have to deconstruct ourselves, but and yes, it's true. But I feel like we have to deconstruct ourselves and our beliefs every time. Like never take something for granted. Never, like, especially with people you don't know. Even with people you know, like you don't know what's going on with their day, what's going on with their life. The more you can, the most thing you can do is like just center yourself and be centered with yourself. I think that's all. Because trust me, like when I overheard the woman talking about the person behind her in the seat, and that was me. I was this close to like not make a drama, but be like, oh, if you have something to say, you can say it in my face, you know. I was like very close to catch that drama, and thank God I didn't. I would have been so dumb. Whew. Yeah. I think that if I would have seen something like that, that would have traumatized me. So thank God I didn't. I kept my calm. I just went about my business, and I feel like our generation is growing up into a not fearless interaction with the words, but we're less and less, impressed or just in general intimidated by the elders or like the generation before, and like we don't fight them, but we confront them. We answer, we stand on business, and that's good. But I feel like, yeah, we'll have to be careful of that. Okay, that was like very long, especially the second part. That was like just an example. But that works for everything. You don't know, first of all, you don't know what the person is going through. Second of all, things take effort. So if you don't do the efforts, it's okay. You don't have to do the efforts. But you don't have to be frustrated. And also, like, you can be frustrated. You can have like self-confidence issue or anything, that's totally correct. But don't project that on people, because I don't think it will go anywhere. Project that to your therapist. And if you don't have a therapist, talk about it with a friend. Someday where you feel like it's the moment, because yeah, we also know that we don't want to like transform our friend into our free psychologist and free therapist. But still, it's totally okay to talk about how you feel with a friend. And that friend might refer you to either like ways to feel better or ways to get an actual therapy. So I feel like that narrative of we shouldn't like treat our friends like therapists, I feel like that's a little bit too much. Like we should be comfortable with saying to someone, "Oh, sorry, it's too much for me. Like I don't want to talk about that." But we shouldn't like refrain ourselves to be open with our friends, especially if it's like a one-time thing, or like if you've been talking about your dead cat for like the past 8 months to the same friend every day. Yes, that might be a lot. That might be a lot. But yeah, we're friends. We're a community. Love each other. We care for each other. So let's do it. Anyway, I'm gonna keep. I don't know why this had it like that, but anyway, I'm gonna keep folding my laundry. So I wish you a very good night. Mwah.